Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
We're talking about British girl bands today.
Oh, we just go right into it there.
Yeah, today's episode, that's what it's about.
British girl bands,
British girl bands, yep.
We had a request ages ago.
Talk about the girl bands.
Talk about Spice Girls.
Talk about the Spice Girls.
Yeah, I think
And we're not going to talk about them because we decided to leave them out entirely in this episode. No, I'm only joking.
You want the Spice Girls? Too bad. You're not going to get the Spice Girls.
Because there's about 1 billion other girl bands in the UK, yeah, and that's something that's weirded you out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talking about the UK's music scene.
I mean, not weirded me out.
Pop scene.
I
Popular music in Britain.
I definitely find it interesting because we don't have that many, you know.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I think Destiny's Child is the only one I can come up with at the moment.
No, I mean, we've had En Vogue and...
Who's that?
Aren't they the ones that sing, "No, you're never gonna get it. Never gonna get it."
Who's the one that goes, "Hey, hey, hey"?
That's not a girl band.
Oh.
That's just a girl singer in a rap
song.
Oh,
well, I was wrong then.
But no, we've had girl bands. I mean, we had... Although I was going to say the Bangles are technically a girl band, aren't they? But
yeah.
But they're British, are they?
No.
Oh, they weren't British?
No, they're American.
There
you go. You can claim them. Finally. Yes! Yes! And the Bangles were bloody good, too.
The Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Pussycat Dolls. Yeah, but again, they didn't really have too much success over here. They had more success in Britain because... they were a girl band.
I mean, do we want to go back as far as the Ronettes?
Yeah, I guess yeah, okay. Yeah, that's probably where, I mean, I haven't really done the, correlation on this, but that's probably where the UK's fascination with girls cavorting around and singing songs came from, is Motown. Motown is huge in the UK.
Yeah, and there were several...
the girl groups, the Ronettes.
There were a lot of girl groups at that time.
Can't think of any right now, but there were.
My mind is really.
It's the COVID brain.
My mind is really.
The COVID brain. COVID came in, and I did you with that egg.
I think that since we started podcasting back this year, we have mentioned COVID in every single podcast. I don't know how sick of COVID our listeners are, but I think we should probably try to keep the COVID talk to a minimum.
Okay, starting from now,
COVID.
No more COVID. No more COVID.
COVID.
Anymore.
COVID.
Covey. But yeah, no, I mean, that's where it probably comes from, because... And then it intensified in, the late 90s. Well, in the early 90s,
Well,
I think.
okay, that's what I was... That was a point I was getting at. We had more girl groups early on, and then they just kind of went away. And I think we had them
came back.
Well, we had some in the early 90s.
Oh, the 90s were the girl group phenomenon.
And then they mostly went away until Destiny's Child. And then besides Destiny's Child and Pussycat Dolls, which I cannot name one Pussycat Dolls song. I just know the name of their group.
Yeah.
That's about it. Boy bands are always much more popular in America for some reason.
I mean, we had, the Sugar Babes. The Sugar Babes.
Sugar,
because it was Sugar Babes.
Yeah.
We had Eternal. These were, 90s bands, I mean, I've got a list here. All Saints, Atomic Kitten, Girls Aloud,
Yeah.
And, of course, the biggest one of them all, the Spice Girls.
Oh, we are talking about the Spice Girls.
Yeah, I decided to throw them in, give them a shout out. They never get mentioned anyway, No, but they were really the big boom of it.
Yeah.
Is where it started, I mean, nowadays you've got Little Mix. Years ago you had Bewitched. You had all these kind of girl bands out there that they were kind of dominating the pop charts.
I mean, you know what? There may be other girl bands. I don't know why we call them bands, because they don't play anything.
They don't really no, they don't play anything. They just But
it's the same with boy bands.
Yeah, same with boy bands, yeah.
There may be others, but I don't generally listen to that type of pop or I guess it's pop. Yeah, it's just pop, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really listen to it, so, I don't know.
In the UK, it's like, that's all you've kind of got access to, really. I mean, obviously you've got access to it, but, like Radio 1 will play them, Radio 2 will play them, So, like, the first ones I've got up on here, All Saints, they were formed in 1993. Their biggest hit, though, was Never Ever. Never ever gonna do. I think that was a hit over here.
I thought that was a Spice Girls song.
Nope. No, it wasn't. You see, you're getting your girl bands confused here.
Yeah,
now.
that song was over here. I
See,
definitely
every girl
thought...
looks the same in the UK.
I definitely thought that was Spice Girls. Never ever have.
No, that was the All Saints. Or All Saints, as they were.
Oh.
You had Melanie, Shaznay, Nicole, and Natalie. Nicole and Natalie were sisters. And, of course, the tabloids fed off their personal lives,
Yeah.
So it was like that they became bigger than the band.
Yeah.
Which is what happens with these girl groups. They release a song, they get to number 1, and then it's all the tabloids are like, ooh, digging into their lives, and then they become a personality then.
Well, I think maybe that's something to do with why girl groups don't do better over here, because the media always wants to pit girls against each other.
Yeah.
So I don't think girl groups stand a chance, really, because it's always like, oh, she hates her and she's the big bitch that everybody
that happens in the girl groups too. I mean, most of these, I think, except for Girls Aloud, I think they're still going. All of these split up, reformed, split up. I mean, I've only got 4 down here. The next one's Atomic Kitten, and that they were formed in 1998 with Liz McClammon, Kerry Katona, and Natasha Hamilton. Their biggest hit was Whole Again in 2001. And I mean, you've been watching Celebs Go Dating, they play it all the time because she's on it now, Kerry Katona.
Oh, yeah.
She was the main member, and then she left, and then, she was doing Iceland ads,
But see, that's what happens in these girl groups, is one of them always leaves.
One of them always leaves and gets replaced, and then it's just like, and it's they're formed by men.
Why can I not? This entire time we've been talking, I'm trying to think of the Diana Ross group. Why can I not come up with the name of them? The Supremes! The Supremes! Jeez!
The Supremes!
Unbelievable. I'm just like, I could not
come up with... The Marvelettes,
I didn't know them, but...
Please, Mr. Postman, I think that...
Oh, I know that song, yeah.
Oh, I know that one, yeah. See, I thought that was the Spice Girls.
Yes. But that's happened in all of these girl groups, hasn't it?
They've chopped and changed and got new members and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, yeah.
That never happens in any of the boy bands.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So that just proves the theory that boys get along better than girls.
That's so terrible. God, that's really terrible, isn't it?
Terrible, it's like girls are all like, yeah, girls together. It's like, oh, she's left because she's bitching at the other one.
Girl, yeah.
They hate her, so that,
Yeah. Oh, she thinks she's better than them, so she's left,
That's what it usually is,
Yeah, God.
The Spice Girls we're going to come on to now. They were formed in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
All of these people, that's the problem, you see. They're manufactured, they're put together by someone because let's sing, I like to be singers. Well, we'll put you with these girls and you can all have a hit together.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all fun and games for like the first 5 months.
The first 5 months.
Maybe the first year.
Yeah.
But then it starts, everything's like, oh, I don't like her. I want to get rid of her. It's like, yeah, because you haven't been mates for years, have you?
One of them starts getting more attention than the others.
Yeah, one of them's like, oh, the media, like, oh, we like Ginger Spice better than Posh Spice. To be fair to
women, to not make it look like that only goes on with women. That has been an issue that's broken up bands.
That's been an issue, yeah. Oh, we should get out in front there.
I know we just said, we can't think of any boy bands that have... been replaced, someone's left and so-and-so's been replaced with somebody else. But actual instrument playing bands, that happens very frequently, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Somebody becomes like the main person.
Or they're bitching about how much money someone's getting, or someone's getting a credit from the royalties, and, I mean, it used to happen in the 60s a lot,
Yeah.
I mean, except for with, like, the main ones, you know, the biggest bands, you know, because they were just like, oh, yeah, they're all equally getting attention, you know? And it's better for me if I don't leave them, because then I won't have that attention, you know? But yeah, the Spice Girls, you had Mel B, Melanie Brown, who was scary, Melanie Chisholm, who was Mel C, sporty, Jerry Halliwell, ginger, Emma Bunton, baby, and Victoria Adams, who was posh.
I wonder...
And she went on to become even...
Beckham,
yeah, and that was like... That was when, I think... I think Jerry Halliwell was the first to leave them. Because she thought, like, everybody was obsessed with her dress, and Jerry Halliwell out there.
The big,
and she had a
fiery red hair. Everybody loved that.
Yeah, the Union Jack dress. Yeah, and she left because everybody was offering her solo contracts, and she had a hit in, like, the late 90s after she left the Spice Girls, or was it maybe the early 2000s, with It's Raining Men. Because most of these girl bands, they take other they don't really have a hit of their own. It's like a hit with something that's already been a hit. It's a cover, you know. So, you know, like, I think Atomic Kitten had a hit with Eternal Flame.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
You know, and that's a Bangles song, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their biggest hit was Wannabe, though. I mean, I know they had a bunch of hits, but Wannabe was their first and biggest one.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, Spice Girls, yeah.
I thought you were meaning that Atomic Kitten.
Oh, no, Whole Again is
I feel like I've heard the name Atomic Kitten, but I don't know.
They were pretty big in their time. Oh... Early 2000s.
No.
Early 2000s.
I
2001.
Wonder, why do you suppose, because Britain does have so many girl pop groups, why do you suppose the Spice Girls got so big and came over here?
I think it's because there was 5 of them. They were kind of riding on the crest of the wave. They were formed in 94. They got them together. There was 5 of them.
Was it the gimmick too? Maybe.
And I think it was like NME
Ginger Spice.
Yeah, no, that was again a moniker that I think NME gave to them, or some kind of music publication did. They had they were.
Oh, they weren't already calling themselves that.
No, that was something that was given to them. You know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was a media moniker. You know.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just like, oh, that's what you know.
No, you'd think it was, but no. They got together and they kind of seemed to like.
Really interesting.
They seemed to all have a personality, whereas like with other girls, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, we're just singing, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like anybody.
We're just trying to get famous.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a personality like the Spice Girls had a bit of personality, you know, the girl power and they seem to get along.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why everybody was like, oh, they're like the new Beatles, you know. And of course they were riding this cool Britannia. They were kind of like the antithesis of the Britpop era.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you had Oasis and Blur kind of dominating the charts a little bit with their guitar, like bringing back the 60s.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, oh yeah, we need girl bands too. Who we got? The Spice Girls, and, you know. I'll tell you what you want, what I really, really want, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, they became, and it's kind of like, they became a hit over here, and it's kind of funny how they did, you know. Because, you know, I mean, I guess they made, because
they were huge.
Because Wannabe was a huge hit over here, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then everything else went, you know. And then, of course, they split up.
And I would have sworn that.
Never
ever.
That was All Saints.
I swore that was them. I swore that was the Spice Girls.
You see? I mean, it came out during the Spice Girls reign, you know.
That's kind of bad, because I thought that was like their second biggest hit. I don't know. They were a little bit too young for me, I guess.
Oh god!
You know, I was a little bit older already, so
when they came out, I was about 10.
Yeah, my brother was into that.
I wasn't really that into them, but you know, I had a friend at school. All the girls at school were, and the girls who were a little bit younger than me were obsessed with them.
My brother was like, "Oh, Baby Spice," and I was like, "Really?" I didn't
Posh
think.
Spice.
Yeah, I was like, Baby Spice is not the prettiest of them. What's the
I was
matter with
already
you?
into the Beatles by the time they came out.
Yeah.
So that they were
had to do their Beatle-esque movie, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the Spice, was it Spice World? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with so many cameos from people of the day.
I think it was fairly popular, their film.
Yeah, it was fairly popular, but I mean it was, I think Roger Moore was in it and Richard E. Grant.
Yeah.
And other people too, but yeah, there's a parade of cameos and it was just like madcap. But yeah, their popularity kind of waned pretty fast after Jerry Halliwell left. And then they kind of split up in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think they even did like a goodbye, They were like, "Oh, goodbye," a song, like Cream.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
As if they were Cream,
like
Like they did that, because they were... And of course, Victoria Beckham became like the media darling with David Beckham, and that was it,
Yeah.
And I think they're still together. I think they reformed and they're still together, but Victoria kind of
Mel B has gone on to stay in the public eye the most, I would say.
Jerry Halliwell, no, she has not. She was the front runner. She was the one who grabbed her solo opportunity and tried to make it, and then it just tapered off. The
worst one, though, and I never even really knew her name, the other Melanie.
Melanie Sporty.
Yeah.
She comes on every chat. She does the chat show circuit now and then,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what she's doing. I think she used to present stuff. They go on to be presenters or whatever.
Yes,
but I mean, they're making money off the records because
that's
they
like
were pretty.
Mel B over here was presented several different things, I think, and just I think she had a reality show too, with her husband and her kid. Mel B. Did that come on in Britain?
Maybe. I
yeah.
don't know. I mean, I know she was with Eddie Murphy. Or she had a kid with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that's who her kid is with. Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next one, to the last one, Girls Aloud.
Yeah.
They kind of like almost became like another Spice Girls.
Did they?
But didn't. But kind of fell short.
Did they?
Did they? Were they though? No, Cheryl Tweedy is kind of like the spokesperson for all the Geordie girls that you see on TV.
Is she the one
She was called Cheryl Cole for a while because she was married to
there we go. I was going to say, she's the one, she's also a presenter.
Yeah, she did and she did X Factor over here, didn't she? And they couldn't understand a word she was saying.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, we have to subtitle her. We'll have to get rid of her."
Yeah, yes.
Because she was talking so, from Newcastle, because she's from Geordie girl. Nadine Coyle, Sarah Harding, Nicola Roberts, Kimberly Walsh, they were like the original lineup. They had like hits with like Jump for My Love, which was in Love Actually, but by the Pointer Sisters, but they had a hit with that. Sound of the Underground was their song. I think that was their debut one. They also had another Long Hot Summer. They were
just doing cover. They were just doing loads of covers.
Long Hot Summer, I think, was actually their song, but the title of that song is like the Style Council had that one. Other people have had that too, so it's just like it was very confusing. But yeah, no, Cheryl has become Cheryl now.
Oh yeah.
Cheryl, like Cher.
Like Cher.
Yes.
Oh no.
Why I man?
Oh no.
The Geordie Cher,
The Geordie Cher. Like the Geordie Shore.
But yeah, and I think their biggest hit was Sound of the Underground, which came out in 2003. Nowadays, you've got like Little Mix. I think they're the newest huge girl band, the hottest girl band going,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's from what I can see, it's like seedy men putting these girls together to make them sell.
Oh no!
It's because they know, like, men will fancy them.
Yeah. Because do they in Britain? Do they do all the like sexy dance moves as well?
Little Mix do all that.
I think that's why I was just never into them, because I'm like a fan of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I like music, and these girl groups, they're so often just more about sex, really, than they are about music. You know, it's like...
Yeah, most of the music is crap.
Just look at my stripper moves and forget about what I'm actually singing.
To be fair to the Spice
you know?
Girls, they didn't do that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, and with some of these, like Atomic Kitten, yeah, maybe not. They weren't so sexual, you know. But yeah, I mean,
and I don't mind choreographed dances, but it's like the dances that they do are just so overtly sexual.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it's all about, really. The skimpy costumes.
But that's what I was watching this documentary about this guy, and he was trying to put it. I think he was like some sort of like editor for a newspaper. I can't remember what his name was now, but it was on Channel 5, and it was years ago. And he was like getting into doing stuff, and he was doing it, but he was trying to put this girl band together.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying on camera, "Oh, I don't care if they can sing. I don't care if they can play instruments. I just care if they sell.
Yeah.
Just get me the most attractive birds, put them together, put them in skimpy outfits, scantily clad, and put them out there, you know?
Yeah.
Create a song for them." And it's like, yeah, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, I mean, it does, though, obviously.
It does, it does, but it doesn't at the end of the day.
It doesn't last.
It doesn't last.
No.
Yeah. You know, you've got to have a bit of talent behind these girls, or whatever, you know. And they've got to like each other. They've got to get along, you know.
Or again, they're not going to last.
Or again, they're not going to last,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah. Just really quickly, while we've been talking, I just quickly Googled, because I knew there were more girl bands than I was giving credit to in America. I just could not come up with the names. TLC.
Yeah, there you go.
I loved TLC.
There you go.
When I was in junior high, I had their albums. They were great. And they were cool, you know, and they wore like costumes and did choreographed dance moves and stuff, but they weren't overtly like stripper sexual. You know what I mean? Like, they were just cool. Then you had In Vogue, which I did mention, the Supremes, SWV. I forgot about
I don't know
them.
who they are.
The Pussycat Dolls. What is their song? They do have a song that I know. Something about boyfriend. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
No, that was the Sugar Babes.
No, that's the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh well, I think the Sugar Babes covered that one.
Nah,
Freak Like Me.
Yeah, that's not the song. Don't you wish your girlfriend was
a
hot
freak like me? A freak
Yeah.
like me? It's a freak like me. That's what they sing. That's the Sugar Babes.
I'll look it up in a second. The Crystals, I don't know them. They look like they're older. Martha and
Chiffons.
Martha and the Vandellas. Yeah, we know them. The Shirelles. Yeah, we know them. Black, the Ronettes, the Pointer Sisters. See, there's all of these. The Chiffons, like you said. Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
That's just two, though. I don't...
Yeah, because
two isn't exactly the same as what we're talking about, right?
Alicia's Attic and all them, they were another duo.
It's got to be at least like 4 or 5 to be considered a band.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Three at the least.
Yeah. Fifth Harmony. I know the name. I don't know their music. Escape. Or Escape.
Oh, you got Bewitched on
Danity Kane. Danity Kane, I think, and if anybody's listening and knows whether I'm right or wrong, let me know. But I think Puff Daddy had, and I'm calling him Puff Daddy because that's what my generation referred to him as. I don't know what he goes by now. P. Diddy.
Sean Combs.
Sean Combs. Whatever. Puff Daddy he was to me, though. Aging myself once again.
Scoopy Dog.
Scooby. He had a show like Pop Idol, where they create, not Pop Idol, Pop.
Yeah, that's where
Stars.
That's where Girls Aloud came from.
Where
Pop Stars, the Rivals.
he was putting together a pop group.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Danity Kane is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think. Because I watched that show. Because I was into that kind of thing. You know, I was a teenager. I don't know, Bewitched. Is that
they were
that's
British,
a group,
yeah.
I guess. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Marvelettes, I'm not familiar with them either.
Please, Mr. Postman. The Shangri-Las. Oh, yeah, leader of the pack.
3LW sounds vaguely familiar.
Girls Aloud, yeah.
Girls Aloud, yeah, they're not American.
The Cookies.
The Cookies, I don't know them. But yeah, see, so there are
quite tasty.
There are quite a few American girl groups as well. I just couldn't come up with them off the top of my head.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking it up now, and the Pussycat Dolls did Don't Ya, and it was just called Don't Ya, I think is the name of the song. Yeah, Don't Ya.
That was Freak Like Me. Freak Like Me, what is that?
Song by the Pussycat Dolls, it says. I mean, obviously...
Look up Freak Like Me, then.
Obviously, they didn't write it. Well, that must be a different song. It's got
I
a different title.
I thought it was... Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
Yeah.
Don't ya?
Is it the same song, and they just retitle it?
Is it... What is the name of the group?
Sugar Babes.
Don't you love how we're doing... This is live, people.
Suga. Like Sugababes. Sugar Babes, mate. No. Not Sugar Babes.
Oh, what?
Like Suga.
What is Suga?
Sugar Babes, innit, mate?
With no R?
No R, yeah. Oh. It's all one word, too.
Sugar.
Yes, Sugar Babes.
Quit saying Suga.
Suga.
Suga's not a word.
Sugi.
Oh, it's all one word?
Yeah.
Suga Babes?
Yes, I just said that.
Okay. Freak like me. Let me lay it on the line. I've got a little freakiness inside, and you know the man's got to deal with. This is not their song.
No, it's not.
Is this their song?
I don't know.
This is not the same thing as Don't Ya.
Oh, isn't it?
Okay, so
I don't know.
You guys listening, the song Dominic's talking about, and if you know music at all, you'll know this song. I want a freak in the morning, freak in the evening, just like me. I need a roughneck brother that can satisfy me. Yeah, we know that song. I don't know if that was theirs, or if that was theirs, then that came on over here.
Yeah, they must have covered it.
It says it's by Sugar Babes, though.
Yeah, I mean,
so
maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, wasn't that an interesting episode?
I'm not sure what that episode was. I feel like we were just like rambling and naming names of girl bands.
Yeah, we love the girl bands. We do.
They
keep the world going round.
I want a freak in the morning, freak in the evening. Yeah, we know that song.
You're losing them. You're losing them.
Yeah, we know that song. I need a roughneck brother that can satisfy me.
She's on a little chair here. She's getting all into it here.
I'm doing my booty dancing on the chair.
Oh, we were just talking about that. How the booty dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you were saying, I didn't like them for that. They were doing it too overtly sexual.
You know, if you're going to do the song, you have to do the moves, okay?
They're the moves now, are they?
Prerequisite. No, if that's their song, that definitely came on over here. 2002, though? No. That wasn't their song.
Nah, mate.
That can't be their song. Okay, we gotta go because I don't even know.
We're just rambling here.
We're just totally rambling. Unless you guys want to hang in there for a second, I'll look it up. It's a Freak Like Me is a debut single by American R&B singer Adina Howard.
Adina Howard.
There we go. So
thanks a lot. Yeah.
So
thanks
it
a
was
lot,
an
Adina.
American song. Yeah.
Yeah.
1995.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Good old Adina there, coming through in the end.
Yeah.
Why are you overly laughing at that?
Adina coming through in the end. What are you even talking about?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay, I knew that song didn't come out in 2002. Yeah, it sounds like a mid-90s kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it's American.
Yeah.
Adina coming through like you said.
I only had 4 of these girls because there's so many.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't really present to us that many. You always portray it like there's so many girls.
It just seems like there's so many. They're just everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Every girl on the street corner is like, yeah, let's get together and form a band and try and get on.
Were you a fan?
Not really. I mean, there was a couple of girls. Some of the songs were like, oh yeah, they're catchy, you know. But I was never one of these guys like, oh, I really fancy Ginger Spice, or I really fancy Kerry Katona, or
Spice
I really
Girls,
fancy Cheryl Tweedy. I've got to watch
Spice Girls,
Aloud,
Little Mix, Girls Aloud, All Saints, Atomic Kitten, Bananarama, Bewitched, The Saturdays, Eternal,
The Saturdays,
Mystique, Cleopatra, Alicia's Attic, Entice,
yeah.
Heidi Range, that looks like just a single person. Bellamy.
But she was a band at one point.
Thunderbugs?
Oh, the Thunderbugs,
Vanilla?
mate. Vanilla.
You've never heard of either of them, have you?
Thunderbugs and Vanilla, mate. We are talking.
You guys,
good stuff.
We have to go. This is basically just erupted
Vanilla,
into chaos. This
put it in the cake.
What name are you talking about?
Put it in the mixture of the cake.
Yeah.
That was their song.
Shut up! You're making stuff up. Oh my god. Okay. We have to pull it together.
We have to pull it together and say goodbye for now.
Thank you guys
and we'll
so
see
much,
you on
as
the next
always,
one.
for tuning in. We appreciate your support, and we will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.